You know why we're not afraid? What? That he's great in turban. Turban's destruction. Y'all think he come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we're out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. Whoa! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that swore. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker, Jewish. Lord! Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say, Jacob, gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out with the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk. Let my people go, cause that's my battle cry.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Most High bless. Most High bless.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, so I don't want to say it's time to get folked up tonight, but some things need to get folked up and discussed. Understand? And what we're going to talk about, moderators, Most High bless y'all. Put the link in the room. Put the link in the room, please. Because another brother is supposed to be coming on also. This is a topic that needs to be discussed. We talked about this before, but now we're going to have people that's actually going to come on to give you their story, right? Because you have some people out here saying, oh, the coronavirus is fake and this, that, and the third, that's not true, man. That's not true, because I was a victim of it last year, like I told y'all before, right? But we have a dear brother on here. He goes by the YouTube name of Google user, right? So we're not no respecter person. Even if somebody we still allow them to come on program to have a say in what's going on in Israel, especially of Israelite. You know, so what I'm gonna do is have the brother introduce himself, let us know how long he's been in the knowledge, and then we'll go from there and start asking questions. Go ahead, my brother. Take your phone off. Take it off of mute. Yep.
Well, my name is Facebook name is Pincus.
Hold on, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Can you start over? You're breaking up for some reason. I don't know. Can you do it again?
I'm breaking up. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now, but you was breaking up at first.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Start over. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, my Facebook name is Pincus Ben Moshe, and I've been in the truth since about 1998. I started with ISUPK. Then I went away from ISUPK, and a few years later I went back, and it was ICGJC, and they had a man called the Comforter, which was like their leader, and you know they had utmost respect for him, and he had a little more control over the school than it ever was before. So I stepped away, and I came back into the truth in about the year 2017. You know, yeah. So that's my story.
That's about it. That's good. That's good.
That's my story.
All right, that's good. You know, that's what everybody have an idea of who we're speaking to. So we do have a both side. We have a brother that's a both side Israelite. You know, so all praise to the Most High. So now we're dealing with COVID-19, right? It had many names. It was COVID-19. I believe it was another name they had it before. What did you say it was? Corona, right? Corona, COVID-19. You know, so all these different names are the China disease, the black man disease. You know, with all this 5G, so on and so forth, right? But down to something, okay? They down to something, right? And they living in something, right? And the Most High blessing the ones that's making it through. You understand? So everybody know my brother Yehuda Sharel. I'll let him introduce himself in a few minutes. Everybody know him. Let the brother start out, right? Because what he thinks a leader should be, and an elder, how elders should supposed to report to the people, right? And how he's supposed to look out for the people. And what does he think about the brother? He's still my brother, even though I'm disagreeing with him. Talking about my prophet out of the house of David. Disagreeing with him in this action of late. You know, and the brother wanted to come on to explain. So, brother, you got the platform. It's yours. Go ahead, Google.
All right. You talking to me, right?
Done.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's breaking up a little bit, but basically, every time I go on Facebook, I see this guy, Zion Awakes, you know, downplaying coronavirus. You know, like saying all this conspiracy theory type stuff. And I noticed that Facebook is actually blocking some of his comments because a lot of his comments are just like, I don't know where he's getting the sources from. It's like fake sources, you know, like kind of like I don't know where they came from, but it's always downplaying the coronavirus. And almost everybody, his audience is a black audience. You know what I mean? And as a leader, he shouldn't be promoting this type of stuff to people. You're an elder, you know what I mean? Like, people are going to listen to you, you know? And I just noticed that he's been doing that for months. And I just have issue with that, you know, because he's a leader of Israel. And he has a pretty big platform. And I feel like he shouldn't be doing that as a leader.
Good. Okay, that's good. Now, you have a personal story to tell, because obviously this must hit home, right? So you can go ahead and let us know your personal story about the coronavirus and how it affected you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Around early February, January, I got sick. I woke up with a really bad fever. So I went to work that day and I was feeling really bad. So when I got home, I went to the hospital and they sent me home. They didn't know what it was. They just thought it was regular fever. So they sent me home. Within the next morning, I had bronchitis. When I went back to the hospital, they said I had bronchitis. And the next day I woke up, I couldn't even walk. With like 2 steps, I'll be out of breath. So I went to the hospital again. I thought I maybe had congestive heart failure or COPD. So when I went to the hospital, they put me on a ventilator, and eventually they let me go home. But when I got home, I was going through hell. You know what I mean? I could not breathe. You know, I thought I was gonna die. I could, you know, they didn't know what it was at that point in time because this is very recent. I mean, basically, it was when it just started popping off. They didn't know what it was. You know, after a while, they realized they started calling it COVID-19. This is very early. And I thought I was going to die. I was sweating like crazy. I was hot. Okay, come explain what I was feeling. I'm going to have my friend explain how I was feeling. Girl.
Yeah, like we went to the hospital 3 times. The first time, it was so many people in there with like similar ailments. He was hot, and then he was cold. The nurse told him to take off his shoes, not to have one. They wouldn't give him a blanket because he was so hot. But then he was getting cold. That was the first time that we went to the hospital. They sent him home. He couldn't get his medicine until 2 days later because the next day was Christmas.
It was Christmas? It was around then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah. And then did you go to work?
No, I didn't go to work for about 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, he was out for like a good month. After he took the medicine the first time and wasn't getting any better, went back to the ER, went to a different hospital, went back to an
Can I
ER.
stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Hey, Qanath,
He took medicine.
do y'all got some feedback? Do y'all have like another device plan, Google user? Because like the feedback is coming through through the mic. We can hear
probably
it.
my family.
If you guys, can you like turn it down real low?
All right.
Whatever.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear it now.
The sister said, the sister said something, and I don't want to interrupt your story, but I don't want to forget my chain of thought. You said he took the medicine. Can you tell us what you mean by the medicine? What kind of medicine was this?
The second time was a Z-Pack. We even went to a CVS pharmacy that was open 24 hours so he could get that Z-Pack and start it right away. Took the Z-Pack, started to feel a little bit better, but tried to go to work and was saying he was still out of breath. So we went to the hospital again, and I had to like hold him, and I'm shorter than him. I'm about 6 inches shorter than you, and probably about 50 pounds lighter than you. So I had to hold his jacket while he's walking, and we're taking baby steps because he was so out of breath. And this was early when it first started popping off. And it was, I don't know if you remember, it was a newscaster. He was a young black guy who had died suddenly. And they said he had pneumonia. But it turns out
it was probably COVID that killed him.
Yeah, it was probably COVID. He died on his birthday, actually. It was right around that time. And even after we went to the hospital the third time, he still was out for another 3 weeks. He said he would be in the room just cold and hot the whole night. And your lungs were, the doctors had said that your lung capacity was pretty low.
My lung capacity was real low. I never felt that way in my life. And I'm a parking enforcement agent. So basically I deal with a lot of people. And I deal with a lot of Asian people. You know, Atlanta is one of the busiest airports. It is the busiest airport in this country. So because I deal with a lot of people, I probably came across somebody that came from Asia. I don't know what happened.
Or Europe too, because they have a lot of Italy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So when you said the medication, did they ever prescribe you any medication during this period?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they did. What was it called?
Did they?
It was something for bronchitis, and the second time was a Z-Pack, which is what they give you when you have a flu.
It was a Z-Pack, she says, and an antibacterial, what's
antibiotic.
Antibiotic. But
okay.
that didn't work. I think my body just fought it off itself. None of that antibiotic, none of that stuff worked. My body just fought it off. I'm pretty strong, you know what I mean? But it was a struggle. I mean, I thought I had congestive heart failure, straight up.
Were you able to get? Were you, did it? Was your body aching and paining?
Yes. My neck was hurting me. My back was hurting me. Really bad.
So okay, this is why now I know of other people who had it, right? And you know, as Black people, we can't just transition to somebody else's home. You know, we're pretty poor. It's hard to try to isolate ourselves. So what measures, because it's this before, well before you know it was COVID, what measures did you take, sister, to protect yourself?
And that's what I wanted to add. I was going to add that I didn't take any medicine to protect myself, but I wore a mask and he wore a mask. And even though we have very close contact, I did not catch it.
She wore a mask basically when she was around me. So
I wore a mask. I washed my hands. I had some Lysol disinfectant spray, so I would spray areas where he had been coughing. Like I sprayed the car, inside of the car. That's all I did. But I had a mask on the whole time. And I went to the hospital 3 different times with him. And not only was I around him that had it, but other people that probably had it. And I had a mask on and I did not catch a cold. I didn't even catch a cold.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in the hospital showing kind of like the same symptoms. This is actually before they knew what it was.
Wow. And I could contest to that because I done a video that I think back in November or even September. I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. And the same symptoms that you're describing, I had. But I was stubborn. I refused to go to the hospital, man. I just refused, you know. And my wife used to help me to the restroom. I was sweating. I was hot. I was cold. My joints was hurting. At one time, I got so bad I had to crawl to the restroom. And I was like, Lord, am I about to die? What's going on here? I really thought I was going to die. Now I never got tested for it. I just started changing. I would do the same thing with the pot over the stove, the boiling the water, so on and so forth, doing things like that. And my body fought it off. And I've had the flu before. A lot of us had the flu. I never had pneumonia, you know. And my cousin just now, last week, he's in his early 20s, you know, and he's in the military. And my cousin put a post up saying that he had COVID. He has COVID and pneumonia. And now what you're saying sounds so familiar, but they say he's getting better now, you know. And I think it's important that we should always be mindful of the conditions and things that's around us, and to tell somebody not to do certain things because they don't believe in it, they asinine. And if this brother is saying this, downplaying this, well, we have a witness here that said he had it, right, and he fought it off. Right. Before we get to how you fought it off, I want to go to my brother Yehuda Yisharel, right? To everybody know my brother here. Also to give us the symptoms and stuff that he went through. Wait, my brother, you got the floor. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Even though you took it off of mute. I don't know why we can't hear you.
No, just wait a second.
Oh, there you go. We hear you now. No, you mute again.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear you.
Put your earphones in or something. Do you have earphones you can plug in? So while he's doing that, I think it's important, man, because this thing is hitting everybody worldwide. Just keep saying it's fake. It's pretty asinine. And I don't believe everybody's dying from COVID. You know, I don't believe everybody's dying from COVID, but this is a real disease. I know people had it.
Shalom,
Yeah,
can you
okay,
hear
we
me?
got you now. Go ahead. Shalom.
Okay. All right. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, my family. Yeah, I as well had the same thing about, I want to say 6-8 months back. It was just what you guys are saying. And you know, my friend, she'll tell you the same thing. I was out of it for like 2 weeks. And I've had flus before, but this one affected my lungs and my breathing ability and made me like fatigueness. You know what I'm saying? You have fatigueness, right? And I believe I was coughing up so much mucus, right? And I did the same thing. I started an orange juice, the natural things you use. I was using NyQuil, because that was what always worked for me. So I got that NyQuil, and I would keep drinking that NyQuil, and it would keep it was loosening up all the mucus in me, right? So I would always spit it out. I would keep spitting it out. I would keep coughing. That was one of the things. I had a habitual cough where I couldn't stop. I would go into these things where I couldn't stop coughing, you know, and I was losing breath because of it. And it was making me weak and making me feel like what you guys are saying, like you got to crawl to get where you're going. And so I fought through it. It's basically the same thing. I fought through it for 2 weeks. I had that thing for 2 weeks, you know, and it was horrible, man. I could not wait for it to go away. And like you said, at some point I had questioned, man, am I going to die? You know, it was actually that crucial. And I wanted to say this too. I've been looking all into this thing. I actually posted today. I sent it to you, brothers. It was a guy. Somebody posted explaining about what's his name, Fauci, the guy working for the government, the Fauci guy, the head of healthcare of whatever department he works in. At any rate, he was saying it was saying in his thing that in this document that they had, that he's been knowing about this thing for 15 years, like what the cure of. There's several doctors that have come out now, and I've posted the videos about that too, that are saying that they've been using this certain thing. And from what I'm gathering, I don't think they're the same things either. One doctor was talking about like an asthma pump. It wasn't a Buterol. It was the other one that they have, and whatever is in it helps it. He's been giving that subscribing that to his patients, and he has 100% correction in the cases. In other words, the cure. He's cured like 100 people, 100% of his cases that he's seen. Now I just posted another one. A lady came out, and a black lady, and she's saying the same thing too. Is that is hydrochlora something is the name of the whatever they're using, and supposedly she's saying the same thing too. She's had 100% success in all the cases she's treated using this. So the thing is for somebody to say that this thing is not real, it is real. Let's get this straight. This is all part. When you have to understand that, yeah, it is part of it, a whole agenda behind COVID and coronavirus or whatever. But nevertheless, it's deeper than that. It is actually a sickness that the idea is to make everybody sick so they can use the vaccine on you to kill off the population with, right? And people are not understanding that. I just posted today another video I ran across where actually it was the same one in the Fauci. They were saying that they gave it to like 3 guys in the military. These 3 guys died from it, from the vaccine shot. Okay, from the vaccine that they gave them. So these people don't know what they're doing. Do not take no what all vaccines. I've been looking into this thing since we've been having to go through it, right? And what I've come to find out is prior to even the coronavirus and all of that, these vaccines have been killing people already and causing brain damage in kids, a lot of cases, you know. But nevertheless, even before that, it just never makes sense. Why would you want to put the sickness in me? That's one of the things they put it is the actual virus, whatever it is. They put it in the so-called vaccine. And one of the things they use in all vaccines, I come to find out, is one is mercury, which is foreign to your body and affects your nervous system.
Aluminum.
Okay. Right. Aluminum. Exactly. Right. And
something 8. I forgot what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Because we was having this discussion at my job because I work at the hospital, and if somebody say COVID ain't real, they don't know what the hell they talking about. It's very real. I done seen people who died from COVID. I done seen people who recover from COVID, and you cannot be near them. They be fully gowned with biohazardous suits on, even when you go outside. And somebody that recovered from COVID, they'll tell you got to walk around. You can't walk near the patient when their loved ones coming, because I guess they're at greater risk of contracting it again. So they don't want anybody to be near them. So I done seen it, and another sister who works at the hospital in New York, a nurse that used to be in the House of Israel. We talked about it here and there a few times, and she was telling me how she was saying the patients up there going through it and how they was dying up there in a New York hospital. So I don't know why people so ignorant to sit there and say something like that, or it's a host, or it's a game. And, we had doctors at my job catch it. We had surge techs at my job catch it. COVID-19 just from doing surgeries and working on patients that it happened. Because like I said, I clean the instruments that the patients get worked on with. You know what I'm saying? And they got to let us know before we even clean the instruments if the patient had COVID or something like that. That's why they were shutting down a lot of surgeries. But now they're talking about that it's going to be another shutdown. I don't know if a lot of people know about it. They talking about doing another shutdown once again, because they already talking about it at my job, and it'll be less surgeries, and they already got a whole units for COVID patients.
Let me say that. I just want to say one thing, and Elder, is that also I posted another video about a couple weeks back, and it was with this African guy, and he was reading what he got from the Rockefeller Foundation website regarding the coronavirus and COVID-19. And he was saying everything what he was reading, it was a whole agenda of what they planned on doing with this whole COVID-19 thing. And they have actually, and it was to the letter, everything that it was saying in there, we went through. You know, like us having to wear the mask, about shutting down the schools and cutting off us from being able to travel, and all of these things. And then it goes to what the things that we haven't come on yet. It's telling you like there's going to be 3 stages to this whole thing. Okay, and for the COVID, for the virus itself, they also weaponized it. We are not dealing with the weaponized version of it right now. The weaponized version is going to kill you like instantly. From what they're saying in this thing, they say that's the last resort, is when they use the different strand of the COVID virus, and it's going to kill off the population, because the whole plan is to depopulate. It's part of the Agenda 21 agenda. You know, it's Bill Gates and all of them. You know, 5%ers. This is what people think you're talking conspiracy theory, but nevertheless, this man is reading off stuff that we just went through, right? And what we could see going to come. He's reading it off on the paper from the Rockefeller website, you know? So this thing is real, y'all. And they have a whole agenda. Don't let nobody fool you telling you about this is not real. The strand we're dealing right now, it's just what we say it is. It can kill. I mean, if you already have health conditions, it can be detrimental to you, right? So you do have to.
Say this real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me say this real quick. It's very important. If y'all noticed, a few months back, we did Passover live on YouTube, and it was a sister who came on, and she was actually in the hospital while we was doing our Passover live. I don't know if you brothers and sisters remember this. And she gave out her phone number, and remember she was crying on the live.
I think I know you're talking about.
She was
a nurse.
She said, yeah, she was on here live.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't know. She said one of her co-workers knew something about this, and they wouldn't let them go home. They wouldn't let the nurses and stuff go home. And the co-worker left anyway, and the co-worker turned up dead. All right. Remember, she was telling this story on our
yeah, I remember that.
Did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
I remember that.
This just came on me, and this is the spirit. So she texted myself, right, and after the live, but on the live she was crying and weeping and everything, and she gave me a number. I said, "Sister, don't get your number out here live. You got some weirdos out here."
I remember that video. I remember that.
Yeah, now brothers and sisters. She called me a couple of times. She said, "I think they're trying to kill me. I think they're trying to kill me." I'm gonna give you my information. And I was like, sis, you need to talk to your family. I don't really know you like that, blah, blah, blah. I haven't heard from the sister since then. Right.
Wow.
And she left. She said she was gonna leave that job. I tried to call that number back, it don't work. I haven't heard from her since.
Wow.
Let's just pray that she's okay. Now, what the brother saying, Yehuda was saying, we're gonna get back to how people actually start getting over it before we go there. But this thing is real. You know, I know people who got it. My brother Daquan, he had it. I was trying to get him to come on. He had it. I know a few people who had it, and all of us have different symptoms, right? But now we talk about a vaccine and all these different things they're trying to do. Now remember this, brothers and sisters. They said this right here. They said, well, when it gets warm, the temperature kills the virus. It can't live on this or it can't live on that. But I told everybody a long time ago, I think the damn thing is airborne, right? I said, I think it's airborne, but they kept on talking about the heat kills it. Now, this thing then bloomed, right? And it's been hot as hell on the East Coast. America been hot period for the past month. 100 degrees every day where you go, hot and humid.
Hey, Qanath,
right? Rain.
Did they pass that decree though up there? Because you know here they saying now we got a mandatory wear mask when we go outside. Period. From 8 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock at night. That started today at 5 o'clock. Huh?
$100 fine if you don't have your mask on inside of a store.
No, that's just at the store. They talking about period. Even if you outside on your porch, you got to wear.
Oh no.
Yeah, in Baltimore they just passed it today.
No.
At 5 o'clock from 8 in the morning to 2 a.m. at night. It's mandatory to wear a mask if you outside. Damn. And I was like, well, I was asking, was that everywhere or just for here?
That's crazy.
But I know for here, from what I heard today, at 5 o'clock, it started at 5 o'clock from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. You got to wear a mask.
Why those hours? What about the other hours of the day?
I don't know, and that's what I thought. Yeah. That's crazy because I'm like,
that's some crazy.
100 degrees outside, and you got a mask on. You can barely breathe in the sun. You can have a mask covering your face. You feel me? You can suffocate yourself.
They might as well be.
You're breathing carbon. You're breathing carbon.
Exactly. So I was wondering, was that all states, or they just did that here in Maryland?
Well, no, I haven't heard anything about that now. I mean, they did kind of read back and forth somewhat where I am, that you have to wear the mask when you enter into the stores. I see a lot of people, but I see people that are wearing the mask too in the store. So it's not really so much strongly enforced where I am, at least like right now. But nevertheless, I wanted to say that's like telling you to go kill. You know, you're gonna kill yourself. See, they're bringing it down to the line where you got to go against them. They're gonna make you say you got to go against them. They're bringing that to them. Anytime your health, your life is on the line, it's bad for your health for you to have that mask on. And doctors have already come out and said that mask don't stop nothing.
Right.
You know, germs is still going to pass. You're going to touch them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all over money. You got to touch money. You know, and everything else. So that's what they're not. Notice the one thing that they're not bringing out. How to protect yourself from it not without a mask, but your immune system. Not once have I heard anybody in the media, the government, or anywhere else tell you to build your immune system.
Right.
They don't want you to do that. Right. But what they want you to do is cut your immune system down and by wearing a mask, cut your to make you more susceptible to catching it. You see, that's what that's doing. You're supposed to, and locking you down. See, there's good and bad bacteria when they go down into it. You know, when they break it down, and by you being around other people, you get some of the bacteria, the good bacteria that you need, the interaction with other people, right? So by locking you down and for you can't go nowhere and this and that, that's making it's bad for your system as well. You know, so people don't understand that. And Elder was saying, go into some of the some of the what to do. Like, so I was mentioning that the two people came out and two different things they're talking. One is talking about something about an asthma asthma pump, whatever it is. It's not a Buterol, but it's the other one, and supposedly that helps. And I could kind of, when I think about it, how I felt when I had that thing, that might have helped me, just to kind of calm my, because I would go into these coughing frenzies where I couldn't stop coughing, and then I would have a shortness of breath, but the other thing, I mean, what you guys, what Elder Ricard, I mean, what Elder Qanath has, the product that he has is also one of the things that's known to be good to help build your immune system to fight off that, which is the sea moss, right? That's one of the things. And there are several things that you can do. I use one of the things I personally use, and I'll share that, is that to keep my immune system built, I take this like at least once a week. You know what I mean? At least once a week. I don't really go out too much, so I don't have to deal with, the outside world too much. But nevertheless, and you don't want to take it too much because you want your immune system to do its own thing too. You just want to give it a little added touch, right? But I use ginger, I use lemons, ginger, garlic, blueberries, turmeric, and what's the other thing? I think it's something else I put in there. But the combination of those things together, it's a horrible drink. It don't taste great, y'all. But nevertheless, it is known to build your immune system. This is some home remedies that we can use. Go ahead, Elder.
No, I'm saying that's what I use also. And I should take the skin off the line.
Mm-hmm.
I scrape it with a filler, scrape it off, shave it off, and put it in my tea and drink it and build your immune system. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. What you do, start looking at some of the so-called herbal doctors. A lot of them are disappearing, right? And a lot of times they get this information out, like we talk about it, it's dangerous because they, for some reason, all of a sudden they don't have no YouTube channel, and some of them they got good herbal specialists. They give you all this stuff, but you never see their face, and they talk in a robot voice, right? Because they scared them. They scared they. Yeah, elderberry works too,
right?
So they don't want you to know these things, I mean, let's just use common sense, right? Like, I'm gonna tell you something with the mask. When I go to the grocery store, you know what I do, brothers and sisters? Because they want you to go. I put the mask on my face, on my mouth, but I got my nose open so I could breathe the fresh air in. Okay, so I could breathe the fresh air in, right? Because you take that, you breathe it out, you breathe it in oxygen, and breathe it out carbon dioxide. Then you breathe the carbon dioxide back in. You're actually poisoning yourself, right? And it weakens your lungs because your lungs not getting fresh oxygen. Then you breathing the carbon dioxide back into your lungs, which is poison, right? And you're killing yourself.
Exactly.
You're killing yourself.
Exactly. And I wanted to say that, I'll just mention that also that this is nothing new though, family. As far as them genetically trying to kill us, with viruses, with food. You know what I'm saying? This has a long history. I posted that video about that too. The scientists that came out to tell the truth about how there's a plan, an agenda to exterminate the black people off the planet, and not just the black people, but all.
Share it to Shan right now if you can. Shan, do you already have it so we can play a little bit?
Yeah, I have to look for it. I have it on my hard drive too, but I have to get it to you. It's too big to send like that. I'll get it to you, Shan.
Okay.
But
you can play it right now.
Oh yeah, if I could find it, I'll look for it. Okay. But yeah, that video. I don't know if y'all can y'all still see me right now? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me look for it. But yeah, man, that it's a plan. It's been a plot and a plan that people think it's conspiracy. No, that's not. It's not conspiracy when there's facts. And there's facts proving these things, man. There's the events. Just look at all the chain of events of things that are happening. But they've been killing us. That's why our people are so sick today. Because it's systematic racism again, right? That's in the system. In other words, power is the ability to control your reality. So if I'm in power, I can control what your reality is in terms of what you can. They do it on a financial level. See, they make sure that you don't make as much, so you can't afford to. I use an example with my ex-wife. She was very big into health, right? And she would go to the store, buy at Walmart, or not Walmart, Whole Foods, and we would buy everything from Whole Foods because she was such a into health, right? Man, you don't even know how much money we were spending on food. That was one thing that was expensive to eat healthy, but on the other hand, vitamins. It was expensive for all these different vitamins and stuff that you have that you need. This is the killer part. Things that you need. What people don't understand is the food is. I have videos on that too. Shem, I'm gonna share these videos when I'm gonna pull them out, and I'll give them to you after this. I'll look for them. Still look for them. But nevertheless, you know, I understand why our people are so sick. Notice it's common among our people, black people, to have the same certain ailments. You notice that? High blood pressure, diabetes, and cancer. Those three. You know why? Because of the food, it's because of our diet, it's because of our lifestyles. And a lot of that's pertaining to us having to live in this system that we live in. People don't understand that. For example, if you can't afford to go buy, like I just said, if you can't afford to go buy the healthy food, then you got to buy what your budget say you can buy. And see, they also were systematically targeting according to the stores that you shop at. You know, most people couldn't afford to go to a Whole Foods, so they go to Aldi's, right? Places like that. So they target these in our neighborhoods, you know. So you're not really getting a healthy food, even when you think that you're getting vegetables. Vegetables don't have the proteins that you think that they have in them. Why? Because they've been grown in the same soil over and over and over again. They've been sprayed with pesticides, okay, all these toxins. So by the time they get to you, you know, what you're ingesting does not have the minerals and vitamins it's supposed to, and then you're ingesting toxins in your body, okay? The statistics say that the average individual ingests 25 pounds of toxins within a year's time. Just to give you let me give you some more statistics. It says that 75% of all Americans suffer from dehydration, from sleep deprivation, from obesity, and from lack of nutrition. Those four things right there, 75% on all of them, on all four. This is what America, these are some of the statistics. And when you look at our people, that's what it is. I mean, we know that a lot of us ain't following the dietary law we're supposed to according to the Bible. So naturally, we eating that pork. Pork is known to cause cancer, high blood pressure, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? So part of it is our diet. We're not hydrating ourselves enough. Nobody drinks enough. You're supposed to have 8 glasses of water a day. We're not doing that. You know, we're supposed to have so many hours of sleep a day. People aren't doing that because they're too busy trying to either live, have fun, or too much working too hard to take care of your family. So it's a systematic thing the way they've been breaking us down. Now you add those things that when your body don't get what it needs for a certain period of time, 20, 30 years, right? Then it starts to cause a problem. Things start to break down just like a car. You don't maintenance a car in some years, yeah, you're going to have some problems, you know? And it's the same with us. Same thing is with us, right. You know?
Why you find that? Why you still find that? Because you going in. That's why I didn't want to interrupt. But you said something that struck my attention. We talk about how they grow food over and over in the same soil. Now, if you brothers and sisters do your research, right? Just Google it, right? You have in the soil what is called selenium, right? Selenium, okay? And selenium, what that does is Google it right now as you're listening to our voices, right? Under the sound of our voices. When you Google selenium, you'll find out that selenium is naturally in the soil, right? Naturally in the soil, and it helps out people of color, right? But guess what else it does? People without color, right? Without the blackness or whatever, it actually harms them, right? And they have what they call it, sulfur or something like that. Soil.
Sulfur that they put in the soil. Sulfur.
They put that in the soil because it actually helps out Caucasians, but it harms us. Now, selenium in the soil, it kills AIDS, right? It lowers blood pressure, right? It helps with sugar diabetes. It helps with cholesterol. Now they have passed this thing out where the farmers have to remove the selenium of the soil. Why?
Right.
Okay. They remove the selenium out of the soil and they put the sulfur in. And when you look it up, or just type in what race of people does selenium helps, what race of people does selenium harms. Look at that. Right. Melon. Thank you. So you look at that, then there's something else the brother said is our eating habits, but it's also how we've been trained. We've been trained. You know, when I was coming up, we was eating Alexandria grapes, down laters, sugar daddies, all these different things we was eating coming up as children, penny candy, right? This was stuff that we was growing up eating, and we passed this stuff on, right? The ice cream truck, right? And you notice every first of the month, from the first to the fifth, when you see men or women shopping, everything they buying is box food, TV dinners, pizza, right? No fresh vegetables, and all this is playing a part in killing us. When they do what they call it, trying to count the people every 10 years, the census report, right? Census report. What they're doing is trying to find out where you stay, right? And they say, well, we do this based on what stores to put in your neighborhood. The government don't put stores in your neighborhood per se, right? That's just a cop out, right? Mama son, Papa son, everybody else move the neighborhood and they sell you dollar teas, right? They got all the blunts, all the cigarettes, liquor stores every corner. So everything that's bad for us, right? And then we go to the store and we buy bad stuff first of the month, right? They're killing us, right? And they know this, right? And what they're doing is weakening our immune system. Weakening our immune system. And bro, we haven't forgot about you because we want to know how you got better. How you got better, right? So I don't know if you found the video, brother. I'll let you come back in. You found the video yet?
Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
I put it in the link right here, and I also sent it to you and Shem.
Yeah, send it to Shem because he's operating.
You see it, Shem? I sent it to you on your link on your Facebook.
Hold on.
In a private message. But I'm also finding the other videos. The other video that I also spoke of about the doctors that coming out talking about the cure. The one doctor, the African guy that was coming out talking about the agenda of coronavirus. Let me put that in there right now. Matter of fact, let me put that in there right now. Okay. Oh, this is okay. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, it's been a lot of
scripture. Tells us we are supposed to use the soil only a certain amount of time, and then we have to let the soil rest.
That's right. That's right.
Rest.
Exactly.
Right, and the Most High said that for a reason, because even the soil has to replenish its minerals. Right. So I mean, if we got farmers who don't do that, the ground, the earth, everything is made for us.
Black or African American, you're listening to this. You need to know the truth about how you are being targeted for extermination. You and your children, your grandchildren, and your parents. You are all being targeted for extermination. Now, to some extent, we're all being targeted in different ways because there is a depopulation agenda.
Is it? Okay. Hold on one second. Because it's acting up.
So you got it, huh, Jim?
Yeah, I'm trying to watch. Okay, let me see something. Go ahead. Cut that there. Okay, hold on one second. That's the video, right?
Yeah, that's the right one. Correct. And then I have other videos too, man. I just start
and your parents. And if you are Black or African American and you're listening to this, you need to know the truth about how you are being targeted for extermination. You and your children, and your grandchildren, and your parents. You are all being targeted for extermination. Now, to some extent, we are all being targeted in different ways because there is a depopulation agenda that wants to reduce the entire global population to about 1 billion people. But it seems from observing the way they're doing this, they sure do want to get rid of Black people first. And they're actively doing it. It's happening right now. It's right under your nose. Most people have no clue that it's going on. And you've got Black Lives Matter out there marching for social justice. completely oblivious to everything I've just said. Where's Black Lives Matter talking about the abortion industry, or the vaccine industry, or the psychiatric medication of young black kids, or the autism epidemic, or the use of black children for medical experiments? Black Lives Matter doesn't touch any of those things. They might bash some heads at some speech that they don't like, maybe take down a couple of Nazis or some white supremacists, bash some white hoods out there. They might have a little bit of success at that, but guess what? You're still being exterminated because it's in the food, it's in the medicine. The scientific community is working to exterminate you. Hey, your enemy is not even the Nazis and the white supremacists. It's the scientists. It's the pharmacology evildoers. It's the drug companies. It's the vaccine companies. It's the abortion providers. That's who's killing you.
Hey, pause there for a second. Pause there for a second. I don't want to be rude. I want to let Google get back here. I think it's Pincus or whatever. I hate calling you that name, brother. Google. I want you to get back in here, right?
Yeah, you can call me Daniel.
Okay, Daniel.
Yeah.
Get back here and discuss, because what we're saying is factual, and for people to say, don't worry about it, you're not caring for your people, man. You're not caring for your people. You better damn sure worry about any and everything. The scripture say, don't take no small matter lightly. You understand? Don't take it lightly. So even a small matter, it's a big matter all over the damn world. And like I see somebody in the comment board said they say we 13% they said we was 13% of the population when I was 10. I'm in my 50s and we still 13%. Bull crap. It's a lie. But go ahead, Daniel. I want you to speak.
I feel like
how you start recovering. Or just speak on whatever you want to speak on right now. Go ahead.
I feel like anybody who claims to be an Israelite leader that goes online and discredits COVID-19 and tries to get people to believe that it's fake, it's not true, might be an agent. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of agents among us. If you look up if you ever seen the new Malcolm X, it was like a little thing on Netflix about Malcolm X. There was a lot of agents around Malcolm X, and I believe there's a lot of agents that infiltrated the Israelite community. And this is an agenda to kill black people and a lot of people that are forced to go to work. Because a lot of rich people, they don't have to go to work. You know what I mean? They got people making money for them. You know what I mean? It's to kill the lower class, the blacks, and the people they call undesirables. And for him to be promoting that sounds like an agent to me.
I want to say, go ahead. You finished, brother?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to say, I agree with you 100% on that too. There is just to go to show you, and I don't want to stay on topics. I'm just going to speak on this real quick and say that's just like there's another group out there that's supposed to militia, and the first sight of this guy, the first thing he does is says that he's an Israelite. Now, the first thing popped in my mind is how are you guys Israelites with this large 1,500 people and nobody knows who you are? That was my first thing. But you're gonna claim to be an Israelite, but yet you have the eye of Horus you're wearing the eye of Horus, and your name is your title is Grand Master J. Grand Master, you will never find a Grand Master in the Bible. That title does not belong to an Israelite.
Nope.
That belongs to a Mason.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm seeing Mason symbols and I'm seeing Kemetic symbols. But you're representing Israel, but you're representing as an Israelite.
Let me say this real quick, brother.
Go ahead.
You gave me, and I want to actually read it, right? And just for any asshole, right?
Oh,
that's trying to tell people the scriptures say arm yourself, so on and so forth. Dan, you got a apocrypha? Do you subscribe to the apocrypha?
I believe in the apocrypha, but I don't have one right now. I do believe in it.
All right. I'll read it, chapter 38, but I want to read this too. This is Amos chapter 9, and we're going to read verse 9 and 10, because the powers that be is actually working with
Shalak. Start at the 7th verse on that. There's more. We start at the 7th, read down so they can get full understanding.
When I started at 7, let's talk about Ethiopia. And I don't want to go into that. Saying are ye not as the children of Ethiopia? I understand that part. I just want to get back to the meter.
Right.
I want to
It's
start.
coming.
Okay, I'll read it. It says, verse 7. Are ye not as the children of Ethiopia unto me, O children of Israel, says the Most High? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines, and the Captor, and the Syrians from Ker? I think I said that part right. Verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord our power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Now, this is the Most High will destroy it, right? Not you and your little 9-shooter or your 20-shooter,
right?
Or your big ass mouth, right? It says, behold, the eyes of the Most High are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not destroy the house of Jacob, says the Lord. Here we go, verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like a corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Here go the key part. This for all you guys who want to join a militia, because now you just started to learn how to shoot a gun. Never shot a gun before in your life. Now you got a gun. Now you're gun ho, right? Gun ho, right? Now you want to be a part of a damn militia. Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Now hold on. I'm gonna finish this. All of us sin. See, I don't want to hear that. I follow all the law, statutes, commandments. No, you don't, because the scriptures say, "He who say they haven't sinned have sinned already."
God.
Right? He who said they haven't sinned has sinned already. So he's gonna destroy us all. But guess what? We gotta get on track, ask for repentance, and walk in repentance. So I'm gonna read from verse 10. I'm gonna finish the whole thing out. Just for all my militia guys, it's all right to arm yourself and be ready to protect yourself. But to be in a militia to want to march up and down the street with guns and shit like you're gonna do something, you a dummy. The right hand never tell the left hand what he's gonna do. Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So that's you. The evil not gonna overtake us and prevent us, right? So go get your arm. It's fine. I'm not saying don't arm yourself, right? But the Most High says he's going to do this. Not you and your 9, you and your AK, right? That's not going to happen. You understand? So I mean, the brother brought that up. I was going to talk about that earlier. I don't want to get off the topic, but the Apocrypha, and I'm going to read this real quick to you. I need to put my glass on this so I can barely see this. If you got the Apocrypha, you brother, you can get it too. One of y'all get it. I try to read it. Chapter 38. It says, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the use which ye may have of him, for the Most High have created. I guess they're saying him. I can't see it. Him, right? For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be admiration. So I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. At the end of the day, if you can find it out, because I can barely see my this right is real time.
Where you at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 38 and 1 through 7, and then read verse It's 1 through 13. 1 through 13. We have to understand what's going on. We fight against the powers that be, but we have to let the Most High do the fight for us. We have to be smart. He gives dietary laws, right? We have to be smart, man. I love ice cream, but lay off the ice cream, it creates bad mucus, right? It clogs arteries. I love cheese. Fall back off of that. You know, there's certain things, man, we got to fall back on. If you do eat certain things like that, take your black ass outside and exercise, sweat, get the salt out your body. You got it out? Please ask.
What was that? What chapter and verse again?
Ecclesiastes chapter 38, 1 through 12.
There it comes. 38, 1 through 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My glass.
38, 1 through 12. Okay. 1 through 12, 38. That's 34. 30.
So we got to head out. This is our brothers, like
okay.
brother that passed away, Dr. Sebi, and so on and so forth. Right? Let's get that.
All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him. For the Lord have created him. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor from the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep, come.
Okay. What was that? It says, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration.
Admiration, there we go.
Admiration. The Lord have created medicines out of the earth. What? Out of the earth.
Stop. Out of the earth. Now, why they using animal parts and shit? You know, all these different things they use it. You know, all this stuff, man. Don't you know they vanilla ice cream? You know where they get the vanilla flavor from? From the anus of a beaver.
Ooh. I never liked vanilla.
You eat vanilla, you get
nasty.
Oh. No wonder I never liked vanilla, man. Never liked vanilla.
So y'all eating the anus of a beaver. Understand? So go ahead, keep reading, brother.
Okay. For the Lord have created medicine out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? He hath given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works. So with such do he heal men, and taketh away their pain.
There we go. So he give men that serve the Most High, right? Honorable men, right? So, hey, listen, ask them where does vanilla flavor come from? Imitation vanilla. It comes from the ass of a beaver.
I knew it was something about vanilla I never liked, man.
I just thought I'd put a little shock on y'all right now. How they look? I went to the store one time, man.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Shalom, God.
I'm lactose intolerant. I ain't got to worry about that no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of which, too, I'm gonna say this: that's one of the things that's been found out, man. Like cancer, and I think it's even diabetes too, is vitamin D deficiencies.
Oh yeah,
vitamin D deficiencies, y'all. So look into that. Anybody that might have cancer. I know people living. While I'm speaking on this, one more thing I need to bring out. I used to work for this company, right? And it's just because I had to kind of put it down, you know, with my life, what was going on with my lifestyle. But nevertheless, I have to say that this company is the one and only of its kind. Okay. What it is it's a customized vitamin company. Now, what makes them different than any other vitamin company is that they do actually customize it for your specific system. In other words, when you go buy vitamins off the shelf now, and I actually have done research and found this out too. There was a video came out about the governor of New York who went and tested the vitamins that were on the shelf of GMCs, Walmarts, Walgreens, all of these places, and found out that what they say is on the label is not in the bottle. How about that? Go look it up. You can Google this one. New York, the governor of New York did this now. Right? And what they use is they use a lot of fillers. There you go. They use a lot of fillers, to save money, so they make more money. So what you think you're getting, you're actually not getting in that, right? This company is 100% legit with theirs. It's called ID Life. They use the name ID Life because everybody has their own personalized identification body chemistry. So in other words, just like your fingerprint, my fingerprint is going to be different than your fingerprint. My system is completely different than your system. You follow what I'm saying? There's no two people's systems alike. So what this does is, what they do is they do the same thing that doctors do. When you go into to go see a doctor somewhere, right. They're organic. See that? See, that's what you got to get. That you got to go to the right place to get that stuff. Because a lot of these places are out selling you something. The FDA then sold us out, man. Let's be realistic. The FDA and
let me say something. I'm sorry to cut you off, you so right. And that word, what is that? I can't pronounce that word.
Which one?
Castorium. Now I just looked this up. Type in, does Beavis anus have vanilla flavor? Right?
I still over there.
Ice cream. Beaver anus gland. Vanilla and raspberry flavor might be enhanced. Hold on, let me read it. It says ice cream, beaver anus glands, vanilla and raspberry flavor might be enhanced by castoreum, a mixture of the anal secretion and urine of beavers. Right? It says because of its closely, I can't read all this. The glands castrate is often combination of castor gland secretions and anal glands secretions and urine instead of smelling icky. It says, which is why food scientists like to incorporate it in recipes.
Man, when he called him heathen, it was for a reason.
No more vanilla ice cream and donuts.
No more vanilla ice cream and donuts. I wish I could the real vanilla ice cream. I'll make sure it's real. Right? A lot of y'all have been eating a beaver butt for a long time.
All right, well, look, you definitely know it's on the ice cream truck there.
I don't even shop at no ice cream truck. Shalom. I don't even shop at no ice cream truck. Never have.
Shalom, man.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Man, I don't eat that stuff.
I thought I was put a little bit in it, guys, but it's true. It's the flavor, it's the scent. So all ass think. Your ass smell like vanilla.
We'll go back to what I was saying though. This company, man, I want to put people up on this because it's the real deal, Holyfield, man. What I come to find out is like, okay, so I have a friend that introduced me to this business, right? And this guy I grew up, I've been knowing him since I was like 14 years old, right? And this brother was overweight, right? He had diabetes, he had high blood pressure, all of that, right? And he started taking this stuff right here. Next thing you know, he don't got diabetes no more. He don't got high blood pressure no more. He done lost a ton of weight. He's slim now. And healthy as can be from taking this stuff right here. He don't take no insulin or nothing else no more. And he was like stage whatever, the type 2, whatever diabetes, whatever they call it. He had it, and he was taking these vitamins, this natural herbs. But the difference, like I say, people can't believe how can a natural herb do that? Because what they've been giving you is not 100% pure. Because what I was saying about them growing things in the ground, they don't process this things where it becomes pure. This company has they spent a lot of money and put the thought into this thing, you know, and found out what the illnesses are. Why are people getting sick in the first place? What they found out is because of their diet, their lack of sleep. Those 4 things I was telling you: diet, you know, lack of nutrients, lack of water, sleep deprivation, and obesity. See, because what most people try to do is eat enough food to get the vitamins and minerals that they need, and they're not getting it. But what they are getting is more toxin build up in their body by eating more food, because that's what it is. Because even with the animals, like even with the animals, man.
They put some crazy shit in the comments, man. I cannot. I'm sorry. Crazy.
What they talking about?
Oh Lord, I will repeat it.
Oh man, they getting on ISUBK ass.
Oh, but at any rate, moving forward, that they saying that you don't get the minerals out of the food that you eat, so everybody needs a supplement, you know. And this thing is pure, and it's in reverse. So if you've been doing the wrong thing for so long, it creates a habit. Like just like a car, your body break down, right? But if you start putting the stuff that it's supposed to get it starts to reverse that action, and it starts working the other direction, right? So they found this out, and this is what they've been using. And actually, I'm a witness to that brother being cured from diabetes and high blood pressure, and I'm a witness to a couple more people being cured from diabetes and also cancer. A couple people I know that was cured from cancer from this thing, from the same product. Nothing but straight vitamins, 100% pure vitamins. That's it. But what they do is they take your, just like when you go into a doctor's office, what they do, they ask you a series of questions, right? They ask you about your parents. Did they have diabetes? Did they have high blood pressure? Did they have these problems, right? And they write that down. Okay, what do you do for work? They write that down. Okay, what are your eating habits? How much do you eat this? How much do you eat that? They ask all this. Are you allergic to anything? Right? They ask you all these series of questions, and then they go and say, okay, here's a prescription for you. And they give you some chemical drugs, right? When they really could be giving you some natural herbs in place of that. You see what I'm saying? The same, but
Adam, lock the door for me.
Go ahead. Someone cutting. You want to say something?
That was Google user.
No, my bad. I was talking to my son. My bad. I didn't realize I didn't have it on mute.
Oh, okay. I thought okay. But I just wanted to put that out there for our people, man. The company, the name of the company, once again, try it, because what they do is they what they're gonna say. I have to take a test, like a what do they call it, a evaluation or whatever. They take an evaluation online. You can do this online. You can take an evaluation test, and after you take the evaluation test, it's going to give you your subscribed vitamins for a whole month. What they do is they base it for a whole month, and then next to each one of the vitamins that they're subscribing for you, you can click on it, and it'll tell you why you need this vitamin, why you personally need this vitamin. Okay, people that have weaker bones and stuff like that, they have it for everything. They deal with every part of your body, man, and it works. This stuff, like everybody that I know that have taken this stuff has said the same thing. My family members. I've given it to my aunties and to two of my aunties. I give it to them, and they had the same response from it too. You know what I'm saying? I took the vitamins. You could feel it. You could feel a difference after just taking it for a couple of weeks, a month. You could feel the difference in your body, getting what you're supposed to need. You know. But I just wanted to put that part out there. Go ahead.
We sell CMOS gel, and it gives you 92 of the 102 minerals that your body need, and we also infuse it. And it helps out also. And I want, but this is something else too. I want to go back to this, man, because I just had to look this up. I'm not trying to be funny no more. It sounds funny, but we all need to start looking at and find out what the hell is in our food. I'm sorry, I had to stay back on this anus thing with this beaver. I come to find out that they use this stuff in candy, right? It's used to make strawberry flavoring, raspberry flavoring, vanilla flavoring. It says this because its musty scent is used in making perfume, all kind of foods. We need a different type of ice cream. We didn't know what the Sam Hill we eating. You know, I was trying to be funny at first, but I knew it was true, but I didn't know what that far, right?
It's deep.
We didn't know what we ingested in our body. You know, and we was your children, what type of shots they get, you know. And when you do look up the vitamins, make sure, especially if it's in a capsule, make sure it's a veggie capsule, because a lot of capsules be pork capsule.
Oh,
you know,
a time release capsule. You want a time release capsule. That's another thing about this product. I'm telling you, they have all their stuff comes in a time release capsule, so it's not that collects in your system too. Did you know that the all those things is it be plastic, hard plastic. That stuff don't digest. Your system don't break that down. That's part of that. It'd be right there. Like you say, your average individual ingests 25 pounds of toxins in a year. You know, so that's part of our problem right there. All these foreign objects, foreign stuff we put in our body. The body don't even recognize it. The stuff we call food, they don't even recognize.
This is another reason why Most High will with this land fund that we're trying to get, because we want to grow our own food, right? Own vegetables, farm our own animals, right? And then at the community for Israel, you know, even some of you wicked Israelites, you know, if you want to get some food from us, you can, you know, different herbs. We do that right now, you know, here, you know, where I stay now. So, I mean, we have to start somewhere, brothers and sisters, you know, somewhere. You got brothers been lost 30, 40 years. Now, Mathatwa, according to my brother Google, saying that, you know, this thing is fake. We need our herbal so-called doctors and know how to plant foods and all that. That's right.
Back to the garden.
Right, you would have got it. You would have got it. You would have got it. Yeah, you would have got it. Yeah, hallelujah. That's a good book. Hallelujah. That's a very good book. I read that whole book.
This is another good one right here.
Herb Bible. Herb Bible. Hallelujah.
Yeah. And getting a lot of immune system, like, because I've been studying a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to boost the immune system.
Right? If you need to be 70 or if you need to be 60 something, 70, that's a blessing, because they're really trying to take us out.
Right.
You know, men live the shortest. The black man has the shortest life on the planet. That's not good. That's not good. You know, all praise, my father lived to be 75. Hell, I want to live longer than that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we gotta really start looking into nutrition. And the brother Yehuda says very important. We need to rest. Get your sleep. If you got 2 jobs, if you got to work 2 jobs, then you doing too damn much. You buying too damn much.
Right.
Your mortgage is too damn much. Your rent is too much. Your car note is too damn much. Your partying and clubbing and your clothes cost too damn much. If you got to work 2 damn jobs. Right?
That's exactly the problem.
You want to be able to relax. Life is not all about what's popular, clothes and all that. You working too damn much if you got to work 2 damn jobs. If your job got you working 14, 15 hours, right? Because I got to make the money I need it. No, the hell you don't. A lot of times you are way more than you are at home.
See, that's the system.
You're not living. Here's a problem. Are you living to work or working to live?
Right. Good point.
Come on.
Excellent point.
Are you living to work? You know, think about this.
See, that's that same mentality. You know, we have to get rid of like a slave mentality. I mean, a lot of us feel that we don't have that mentality, but a lot of these things we still took from there. In other words, we're still trying to live like we see Esau living, right? But a lot of us don't pay close attention even though that's not the right example for us to be following in the first place. But give you an example, before Esau go out and buy him a Mercedes, guess what? He got a house, probably paid for, or he got a business that's been profiting for years. He's got a bank account, right? But our people will go and buy a Mercedes or something. We still living in our people's house or an apartment. You see, it's our priorities. We don't prioritize our things correctly, and right up to God. Like, God is not the first thing we think about. I was making an example too just the other day in a post about them, those guys, the militia guys out there, saying that too. I said, man, everybody look everywhere else for the answers instead of looking at God. But if you ask them if they believe, they say, yeah, they believe it. Yeah, I believe in the Most High. But they don't give him any consideration when they go to make decisions and think about things in their life.
Like the brother broke up a little bit. So we've been on for an hour and 20. We just want to come on in real quick. Google, Dan, you want to say more about, because obviously this had to touch you, because we can't have our brothers or sisters telling people don't worry about a major damn epidemic that's kicking ass.
I mean, it's just started pissing me off every time I see his comments on Facebook concerning COVID not being real or downplaying it. Just some unfactual information. Every time I saw it, it got me really mad. And I noticed a lot of times you'll post stuff and Facebook will take down his comments because it's not factual. Facebook's been doing that now. Like, if you post some crazy shit online, they might take it down. You know what I mean? So basically, I just had to speak up. I reached out to Sharsham about that, and I appreciate that he allowed this to happen, because it needs to get out that this guy's teaching falsehood. So hopefully, other people will listen to this video and be enlightened. You know what I mean, concerning this.
Well, brother, I'm glad that you came on to speak about it, because not being afraid to say, you know what, I had that COVID, the Most High blessed me and healed me. Now, okay, I'm glad you said that too, because now we need to know, we know everything is done through the Most High. He the one who healed you. But did you change your diet up? I mean, what did you actually do to help get rid of this?
I wasn't eating. I didn't eat for pretty much like a month. I probably ate for a month. I was probably eating one piece of bread or stuff like that here and there. But I guess it was just fasting and drinking a lot of water, and my body just fighting it. Because fasting is good. You know what I mean? Sometimes ridding your body of toxins, helps your immune system fight. So that's what I basically did. Let my body fight it by itself. And it went away.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, so brother, come on, we need some donations for this land. We're not playing. We're gonna do some big things. We got some major interviews coming up Sunday with Dr. Professor Lee Cummings. We're gonna be interviewing him, a brilliant scholar. In fact, if anybody has any information, not information, but questions you would like us to ask him, email us. Can we get the email in the chat room, please? Email us so we can ask him some questions. All praise Most High. We're going to do an interview with him. And we got another brother, Michael Elwoods. We're going to interview him. And I also have a scholarly brother. He's 69 years old. All praise to the Most High. I'm trying to grab hold of him, where he's traveled all over the world, man. All over the world, right? And he went down to South America, and they done scientific research on stones down there, as far as them Aztecs and Mayans. And he said, without a shadow of doubt, they were black. Without a shadow of doubt, they were black. And he know the whole origin and everything. So we get him on there. That's gonna be another showstopper. Shashaman and Yehuda, we got a surprise for y'all. We're gonna commentary a video. We're not gonna tell y'all. We're gonna commentary a video that I promise you that most you will enjoy. Shay, you want to talk about it without revealing it?
No. Don't even
Okay.
You're
going to enjoy this, man. It's going to be one for the books, I guarantee you. But yes, we got a lot of different projects, a lot of different scripture stuff we want to go into. And just look out, man. Just look out. Kahan, you want to say anything before we roll out for Shashan? Hit the button.
Nah, it's all good. Shalom, peace and best.
Right. If Lee Cummings is not in the truth, he's in the truth. You know, he's an Israelite. You know it. He's a practicing Israelite. He's in the knowledge. And he recognizes we Israel. And he speaks on who Israel is. He speaks on who's not Israel. Talk about you H-Town people. Right? So he know all about it. Trust me. You know who Israel is. Okay? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to ask them questions. Hallelujah. But email should be up there, and we'll ask them questions. Okay? And we still got the interview with the elder out of Chicago, but due to unfortunate circumstances with my family, I couldn't make it out there to see him. So if I can't make it out there to see him, I'll probably have to interview him on Facebook if I can't get to Chicago. Right? So with that, close it out. Most High bless. Oh,
no, gotta pray what?
I'm sorry. No, man, I'm gonna have a back chat. No, I'm gonna let it go. I hit my moderators. Let my moderators hear something I want y'all to hear later. Let y'all hear. Take us out.
Great intern. Turn was destruction. Y'all think he come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we're here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying yes we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. Whoa! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that swore. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. Lord! Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say, Jacob, don't take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the ox on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives no red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm higher. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. khaki-colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh, and white folk let my people go, cause that's my battle cry.